Right, good afternoon everybody, Model Maker John. Hope all's well and you're keeping yourselves safe and dragging yourselves back to the office next week by the looks of it. So anyhows, so this is part two of the Vought F4U Corsair. We went through the spruces on the last video review we did. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to have a quick look at the colour plates for the F4U Corsair and the nice literature that comes with this kit. So we'll start off with the main instructions. So this is a book and a half, this. I think, how many pages must there be? I don't know. 49, 50, 51, 52, 52 pages to this sucker. Look at the size of that. So we'll start off with a nice picture of the artwork, which is on the box, which is replicated on the instructions. Goes through a brief history of the F4U-1D Corsair. Some nice black and white pictures. Some illustrations of the rockets in situ. Then we go through the do's and the don'ts and the painting and the spraying and the paints required. It did say AS8, so what I've done is I've gone with a few different ones. I've gone with XF8 Tamiya, and I've also gone with the Prussian Blue by Model Colour, acrylic colours there by Villaggio, and that's 70.965. And then for that nice gold engine cowling, I've gone with the Gain colour Amarillo Dorado Gold Yellow, which was suggested to me by somebody, can't remember who. And then so we're going to play it by ear. Yeah, so I've got a few different blues. What's this one? Azul Blue, 71.004 blue, and that's by Villaggio as well. So we'll see. As I say, there's the colour shout out there for you there. So if you want to have a look at that and zoom in. Just a brief history, the tools that you're going to need, safety, and then of course we get into the main part of the kit. So examples, the different variants you're going to need to have here. So we've got the F4U-1D and the FG-1D. Now the FG-1D has the it has the white flash on the back here with no arrow pointing up, as you can see on the instructions. So I think I'm going to go with the F4U-1D with the gold nose cone. It gives you the shout out for the AS8 there, which is the blue, which I've gone with XF8 flat blue, which is the comparison in acrylic from all accounts. But do your own research. Don't come back to me saying that, you know, you told me this, John, and it was a totally different colour. So looking at the first pages here, we're looking at the instructions here for the canopy. Fixing all the levers and controls for the canopy, moving down to the bulkhead, affixing the cockpit here, the pedals here down in the bottom, then aligning them all up and putting the instrument control panel in. Then we move on to the seat belts. The seat belts are the photo etch part that comes with the kit, which looks quite nice. Moving over, we move on to the pilot seat. How to affix the seat belts. It doesn't say if you can do the seat belts with the pilot in, or I don't know, I'll have to look at that. Another one of the bulkheads, fixing, oh yeah, there's the pilot sitting down. Pilot figure in situ with the seat belts on. So it can be done. More instrument panel. This looks like part of the rear landing gear. Internal parts going in, paint shout outs for the interior paint colours, and then assembling the two halves of the fuselage together with the cockpit in place and the rear wheel section in place as well. And it moves on to the first part, by the looks of it, of the engine getting affixed here with the exhaust with the colour shout there. Point to note here is the drilling of the points. You don't want to miss them and put it all together and realise you haven't done your pinholes. Moving on down into the engine cowling engine access points getting put on there. Then moving on to the main bulk of the engine getting assembled, nose cones, exhaust, parts of the exhaust going on. The whole section here from 23 to 30 is the engine, which is quite nice. Then assembling the engine, getting the engine attached to the main fuselage, moving on to the ailerons, stabilizers, elevators, and the horizontal stabilizers there you can see being attached. Then on to the rear tyre landing gear part for the tail wheel. It gives you two options there. So just keep an idea. I think a good idea is if you just highlight the parts that you're going to be using, then you're not going to get mixed up with the two variants. I think that's a good idea. You can have the wheels up, wheels down, entirely up to you. Now, this is what I was telling you about the extended wings or the gull wings. So extended wings section here, I'm not going to bore you to death, but it's all about what you need to put in for the wings to be in the flying position. You can have your rudders, flaps up, flaps down, whichever you choose. But there is a call out there with the pinholes that you do need to address, whichever you decide to do. Moving along, more the wheelbase, attaching the main landing gear and upper surface. Wing root on the upper surface there going in. Then we're looking at attaching the wing root on the upper surface. And then the undersurface, attaching the undersurface parts to the kit, attaching the flap rods up and down, so pay attention to what you're doing. Attached wing roots here, so this is where it clicks into the main body of the fuselage. Moving on to the main landing gear, brake cables, the right wheel, left wheel, main landing gear, attaching the wheel left. Gives you the shout out on the colours there, and then placing them in the down position, or if you choose not to, you can save yourself a lot of work if you can't be bothered and just have it with the wheel flaps up there, attaching the main landing gear covers in the up position. I'm going to have the wheels down because I can't see the point of buying a kit and not having the wheels down, unless it's up to you. It's just me, just my preference. Wing flaps, wing root flaps here. So again, there's a lot of cutting here. I've noticed on a lot of these kits now, to avoid nasty injection marks, they have these, see on here where that scissor where that blade is, you have to be really careful where you cut because you don't want to gouge into the plastic. Again, putting the wings in. There's that piece of clear glass for the pilot to see down and through between his legs. And again, wing root flaps in the down position. So that's the up position, that's the down position. So you just got to keep on top of it. Yeah. Attaching the canopy. Different little mirrors there with the parts there. This comes with the masking for the canopy. Parts going into the internal of the wing assembly, attaching the outer wing parts and the ailerons which go on. Attaching the ailerons again, and then you've got your rockets here if you choose to have the 1,000-pound bomb and the rockets, which I think I'm going to go with. Looks really good. Clear instructions what to do there. High velocity aircraft rockets. There you are. Outer wing flaps. Moving on, touching the outer wing flaps. Then the vertical fin at the back. Gives you the call out on that. And finally moving on to the propeller and the final part of the engine cowling going over there, which I believe can be removed for you to look at the engine. Yeah, so basically that's it. Once you've got your wings and that on and the undercarriage done, that's done. Now we move on to the folded wings, which is pretty much exactly the same, except we're having the wings up. Some nice parts here. It's the air coolers right and air cooler left. Gives you clear instructions for the wing in the upright position. These are your wing roof upper surface here. So these are for the tyres. Nice details there on the landing wheel bay. Then we go into all the little detail here of the nooks and crannies with the wing folded up. Again, attaching it to the main body of the plane. This part here, it shows the rudders up, rudders down. Again, main wheel section, same as wings down, I believe. Yeah, moving along, attaching the flaps. The wing root flaps there again. Outer wing and upper surfaces, outer wing, upper surfaces, the cockpit, the mirrors there. So what you've got is, you've got it in duplicate. You've got in, I know that sounds stupid, I wondered why I've just said that, but it's pretty much the same as wings down with regards to the finishing touches here with the rockets and the attaching the nose, propeller and canopy and so on, and the vertical fin. So it's duplicated, if that makes sense. Then it gives you the colour chart out for your £1,000 bombs and the drop tanks. You can make 2 of them, and then £1,000 you make 2 of them. And then it shows you the positions of where they will go when in place. Then we've got the pilot, we've got the nice pilot sitting down, and we've got the pilot standing outside the aircraft, and then the assembly of the display stand. There's your spruce call out for all where the parts are. Yeah, all good. As I say, quite a lot of plastic, quite a lot of spruces. So that's that. So that's the instructions. And we're just going to have a quick look at the nice colour brochure that comes with this. It gives you the history of different theatres of war, the Solomon Islands, different F4s with different canopies, the prototype there. Moving along, some nice black and white pictures. Some technical features there, and the different types of model history of the F4s. They're going up to the F4U-7. Again, showing you how the wheel bays worked. Some black and white pictures of the different canopies. The rockets in position, the machine gun bays. It's quite a nice little reference book. More black and white, looks like when this was on an aircraft carrier. And then we've got the colours for the interior cockpit, which is a real help. Looking at the machine gun bays, the wings, the engine cowling, the undercarriage, the exhaust, the rear tail wheel. Moving on to different images of different parts of the aircraft. These would have been the drop tank struts or the £1,000 bomb holders. The engine air intake. Nice colours there for you to follow. Let's have a look at the decals, or decals, whatever you want to call them. Really nice. Let's just get the light off that there. An array of different decals for the model. And we get onto the main decal sheet. I'll bring that along. And there's that. There's a little bit of let's have a look. Where's it gone? Okay, so there's the masking tape. There's the mask for the cockpit there, but you have to cut it out yourself. And a nice flash Vought F4U-1 Corsair logo to go on the display base. Technical tips, as always, comes with the Tamiya. And then we have this beautiful colour chart. If I had a bigger room, I'd have these and I'd have them framed on the wall because I think they're really nice pieces of art. Gives you all the decals where they specifically go on the kit. Looking at the colours, it was basically just one colour. This one, if you follow this scheme, it's AS8 and TS47. And TS47 is the yellow and the AS8 is the main body of blue, which I'm going with the XF8 Tamiya. And then we look at the other variant, the Vought F4U-1D Corsair FG-1D. Again, this has got the different decals. It's got a white line on the wing and the yellow stripes on the side. The white tail that I was talking about there. Then it gives you the bombs, the different, well, it's the green, bog standard, and the rocket colours and the decals for that. So that's about it. So that's the nice colour chart. Technical tips, decals and mask for the cockpit. More decals. The lovely produced magazine that goes with the kit. And of course the all-important Bible. Nearly 50 pages of instructions. Well, I'm going to get my teeth into this. And I suppose periodically I will post stuff up where I'm up to with it. I think this is going to see me through a good few months. So let's see how it goes. But anyway, if you like it, tweet, post, share, hashtag ModelMakerJohn on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, YouTube. Have a look at the other stuff I've been doing over the few years, and just keep enjoying what you're doing. And as always, take care, look after each other, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.